we have discussed how to implement in a scheduled classes and what are the interfaces we have. So then after, so how many ways we can schedule in a class. So those things we discussed in our previous class. So today we what we can do, we can go with the cron expression. So already we discussed how we are going to, how many ways we can schedule in a schedule apex. How many ways we can schedule in a schedule apex. Do anyone remember?
Using flows.
Manual and cron expression. So in the case of manual, earlier we have only few options available, but nowadays Salesforce updated these manual option as well. So whatever the cron expression you have built, you can um, schedule it. Okay, so if you would like to schedule your class, what we can do, you can go to the Apex classes, and here we have an option called schedule apex. Click on this one. So this process we called as a manual schedule. So here what we can do, you can go with the schedule builder. So earlier this cron expression was not enabled, but in recent releases they have enabled this feature as well. So in the earlier scenarios, this cron expression is not available in our manual schedule. Okay, we have only schedule builder. So here you need to provide the name, and here you need to provide the schedule class name. So whatever the class having an interface called schedulable interface in their class, so those classes available here. So if you see here, right, all the classes is not available, only specific classes available. So why only specific classes available in the sense, so for these classes the interface whatever the interface schedulable, right, that was implemented, that was imported. So because of that, so these four classes are available, okay, for scheduling in a scheduled class. So you need to give the any name. So that's not a mandate give any particular name. You can give any name here as a job name, and you can go with the these Apex class names. So whatever the Apex class do you want schedule, you can go with the Apex class. And then what we can do, you can go with either a weekly or like monthly. So the start date, end date, and preferred start time. You can give all these things. Okay, so if you would like to go with weekly, so every Monday it is going to execute, or every Tuesday do you want to execute it, or like every Wednesday do you want to execute it, or do you want to execute only weekdays? So at the time, what we can do, we are going to enable these checkboxes. So then automatically it is going to execute only weekdays. In the case of if I go with only weekends, then what I can do, I'm going to deselect all these things, and then I'm going to enable only weekend days. So whatever the Saturday and then Sunday, I'm going to enable these two checkboxes. Okay, so now the thing here it is, in the case of weekly, whatever the dates you have selected, it is going to execute on a weekly manner, and the start date and the end date you need to provide it. The start date and end date you need to provide it. So when it is going to start and when it is going to end, so these two dates you need to provide it. So once you are done with all these things, simply click on save, so that it is going to available in our scheduled jobs. It is going to available in our scheduled jobs. Whatever the jobs you have scheduled, so that is going to available in our scheduled jobs. You can track it here. Okay, so here you can track so the job name, whatever the job name you have given, the same job that is going to available here, and then so who scheduled, and when it was scheduled, then after when it is going to start. So here we are going to give the start date, right? We are going to give the start date, the same date that is going to available here. So when it is going to start, and in the case of if it is already started, when it was started. So in the case of next schedule, that means when it is going to execute next time, so the corresponding time available here. Okay, so if it is already started, the started time that is going to display here, and if it is already executed, the corresponding time displaying here. And next thing is when it is going to execute it next time. So when it is going to execute next time, the corresponding details available here. So if you would like to delete the job, then you can simply click on delete, so that you can delete this job here. So why you need to delete the job, and why you can't, why you need delete this job in the sense, for example, if you would like to modify one of the batch class, if you would like to modify one of the batch class, the batch class already invoked from our schedule apex. The batch class already invoked from our schedule apex. So now the thing here it is, if it is already invoked from schedule apex, and the schedule apex is already scheduled, then you cannot make any changes in these batch apex and schedule apex. You cannot make any changes in batch apex and then schedule apex. So then what we need to do, you need to delete these schedule jobs, and then you can make changes whatever you want. Then you need to reinitialize these schedule jobs. It is in a procedure, general procedure we need to follow. If you would like to make any changes on the batch apex or schedule apex that is already scheduled, then you need to delete the scheduled jobs. So then after, you need to make changes in your batch apex or schedule apex. So once you are done with your changes, then you need to reschedule it again. You need to reschedule it. Okay. So in this scenario, when you are trying to delete at the time, we should be make sure what is the frequency of execution, and when it is going to start and when it is going to end. So each and everything you need to aware. So then you can delete these corresponding schedule job. Okay, so if you are not aware and then you have deleted the schedule job, then what will happen since so you are not aware, and when it is going to run, so it is causing many issues. Because of all these things, what you need to do, if you are trying to delete any of the schedule job, first you need to aware of the corresponding execution time and then execution details, when it is going to start and when it is going to end. So those details you need to aware. Okay, so once you are done with all these things, then what you can do, you can delete the schedule job, and then you can go with you can go with your changes. So once you are done with your changes, then you can reinitialize the schedule action. So in your production also, sometimes you are trying to deploy your changes of batch apex or schedule apex. Batch apex or schedule apex, you are going to deploy to the production. So at the time, right, you will face an issue, deployment issues. So what are those deployment issues in the sense? So because of the batch apex or schedule apex already scheduled, so because of that, you are facing an issues. You are facing an issues. So to avoid such kind of issues, what you need to do, you need to, before deploying any of the batch apex or schedule apex to the production, you need to delete schedule jobs from the production, and then you can deploy it. So once you are done with your deployment, then you need to reschedule those jobs. You need to reschedule those jobs. So these things we need to remember. So generally, majority of the people they are aware how to implement the batch apex and how to implement the schedule apex. But in our interview, if they are asking this question, so how we are going to deploy your batch apex, schedule apex, then generally what we are going to feel, so we can add to the change set and then we can deploy to the production. But it should not be like that. When you are trying to deploy any of the batch apex or schedule apex, first we need to verify so whether these are already existing or not. So these are already existing or not. So in the case of if it is already existing, so then we need to verify whether those are in queue or not. So that means if it is already scheduled or if it is already executing, then you cannot make any changes in those classes. Okay, so what you can do, you just need to delete these corresponding schedule jobs, or in the case of a batch apex, you just need to delete the corresponding apex jobs. So then after you can deploy your batch apex and then schedule apex changes. So once you are done, again you need to reactivate it and again you need to execute it. Okay, these steps we need to remember. So now, like here, if you are like deleting, so the best way always here it is we need to give the corresponding cron expression in our class here like this. Whatever the cron expression, whatever the cron expression we are going to use for this schedule apex, if you specify within this string, right? So then next time with the help of this string only, they are going to schedule this job. Okay, so whatever the cron expression you have used to schedule these schedule apex, the cron expression if you specified within the class itself, within the class itself as a string. So next time with the help of this one, they are going to schedule it. So how we are going to schedule it? What is this cron expression? We are going to discuss it now. So schedule our helping us to schedule our schedule apex. Okay, so in this cron expression, right? So in these cron expression, right? Multiple digits available. Sorry. So here we have like multiple digits available. The first place it is going to represent seconds. Second place it is going to represent minutes, and then so third place it is going to represent hours. So then days, month, and weekday, year. So these cron expression is basically we need to represent all these values. Okay. So for example, I would like to execute so every month first day, and then so every month 1 hour morning 1:10 a.m. 1:10 a.m. So every month first I would like to execute I would like to execute. So that means, so here it's not every month. It's like first month, first day, and then first hour. So 10 minutes. So that means, so one in the sense. So for January to December, it is going to consider as our month numbers, and days is basically 1 to 31, and hours is basically 0 to 23. So in the case of like minutes also 0 to 59, seconds also 0 to 59. You can like give any number here. You can give any number in this position. So here what we can do, we can like simply go with the year value. So if I would like to execute if I would like to execute only for the current year, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide the 2024 in this year position. Okay, so in the case of if you specified star, so that means it is going to execute a lifetime. It is going to execute lifetime. There is no limitation for this cron expression. So in the case of if you are like specifying star symbol in this y place, so that means year place, it is going to execute lifetime. There is no end date for this cron expression execution. Okay, so in the case of do you want to go with monthly? So I would like to execute. I would like to execute every month, or I would like to execute a specific month. So if you're able to provide one, then it is going to execute only January. In the case of if I'm like giving a 6 here, then it is going to execute only in June. If I'm giving like a 12, it is going to execute only in the month of December. So whatever the cron expression you need to provide whatever the cron expression you need to provide you need to provide, and then we are having like a day. So on which day do you want to execute it? I would like to execute first, or I would like to execute 10th, or like a 26th, or like a 27. Which day do you want to execute these schedule apex? You need to provide in this days position. Okay, and then we are having like hours. So these hours is basically 10 a.m. or like 12 a.m. or like 3 a.m., 1 a.m. or like 2 a.m. When do you want to execute? when do you want to execute, you can schedule with the help of these hours. You can schedule with the help of these hours. You can specify here. So for example, for example, I would like to execute like a 10 a.m. and then 10 minutes. Okay, so I would like to execute 10 a.m. at 10 minutes. So then I need to provide the corresponding number here. I need to provide the corresponding number here. So in the case of like hours, 10, and in the case of like months, so I would like to execute at 10 a.m. 10 minutes, right? Then automatically in the case of like a minutes place also, we need to give the 10 here. So minutes place 10 and then hours place 10. So like that, we are going to build this cron expression. So in this cron expression, right, star symbol in the sense infinity. So for every year, it is going to execute it. If I'm giving like a star symbol in our month place, that means it is going to execute every month. It is going to execute every month. So if I'm if I'm giving a star symbol in our days position sensor, it is going to execute every day. It is going to execute every day. So if I'm giving a star symbol in our H plus instance, it is going to execute every hour. It is going to execute every hour. So depending upon our requirement, whatever the values do you want to use it, you can simply add to the these card expression. Okay, so if I would like to schedule so tomorrow at 10 a.m. So whatever the day tomorrow, I'm going to provide here. So the day, they means 9:20, and then so 10 a.m. or 12:30. What I'm going to do? So 12 in sense 12, and then 30. I'm going to provide. So with the help of this card expression, I am going to schedule it. Okay, so here we are able to see weekday. So week of the day. So week of the day in the sense. So here, on which week do you want to execute this one? Like like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On which day do you want to execute these batch or like schedule? You can schedule it with the help of these weekday. So here, if you are like giving a question mark in sense, we are not sure. We are not sure. So what is the like a day here? What is the day here? So for this one, what we can do, we can go with either question mark symbol or star symbol. So star symbol says all, and the question mark in says if you are not sure on which day. For example, if you are not aware of like a month, so every month last day I want to execute it. Every month last day I want to execute it. So for few of the months it's like 31st. For few of the months it's like a 30, and few of the months it's like a 28 and then 29 as well. Okay, so we are having month end is basically 28, 29, 30, and then 31st. So like this we have different end dates is there in our calendar. So if I would like to execute end, if I would like to execute end, so then what I'm going to do, I need to provide the corresponding month the day is basically last. So if you go with the cron expression symbols, we are having multiple symbols available. If I go with the cron expression symbols in Salesforce. Yeah. So here, so in the case of like seconds, what are the values we can consider? So minutes, what are the values we can consider? And hours, 0 to 23. In the case of like month, they can give 1 to 31, and they are having some special characters also. like a W, L, and then slash, question mark, star. So like this, they're having a different kind of they're having different kind of values you can give within these days position. So for example, if I'm like giving like a L, so L in the sense that is going to execute last, that is going to execute last day of the corresponding month. So in the case of like question mark in sense, if you are not aware of the date, if you're not aware of the date, for example, every Monday I want to execute it. So at the time you are not aware of the date. So every Monday, next Monday, and then next Monday. So next Monday. So every Monday in sense you are not aware of that one. Okay, so if you are not aware, then what we can do? You need to give the question mark symbol. You need to give the question mark symbol. So depending upon your requirement, what type of values do you want to give? You need to provide here. So the corresponding character description also available here. So in these like question mark, right? As I mentioned, if you are not aware of the like values, then you can give the question mark. In the case of like last, if you would like to execute last day or like last month or like last week, so then you can go with like last. Okay, and we can sense like in between whatever you want, you can do it with this one. Okay, so like these are the special characters and these are the limitations available in our cron expression. Okay, so with the help of this one, we are able to perform whatever the schedule we want, whatever the schedule we want. So now coming to the these corresponding cron expression, these corresponding cron expression. So here in the case of like a second position 0, months position like a 10, hours position like a 1, and days position 1. So then after months position like one, so week of the day question mark, then after. So in the case of like es position star symbol is available, es position star symbol is available. So now if the help of like these card expression, how it is going to execute in the sense, so if I'm giving star, then it is going to consider like uh, all the years it is going to execute it. So weekday, so we are not considering. So what we can do in the case of like month, so in the case of month, on automatically what happened, right? It is going to execute it is going to execute only it is going to execute only first day. So the day is basically like the one sense it is going to execute only first month only. So the first month after it won't execute. So yearly once it is going to execute it. And then we are having days. So in the days also, if you're giving like one, then it is going to execute. It is going to execute at 1 a.m. In the case of like hours, so hours also, if I'm giving like uh, in the case of like in the case of like hours also, if you give one, then it is going to execute 1 a.m. If you're not giving anything, then it is going to like it is going to like consider as a default one, whatever the thing you have, like by default it is going to execute it. And in the case of like minutes, so 10 we can give. So with the help of all these things, we are able to build the cron expression. We are able to build the cron expression. So any questions so far, team, from anyone?
No, Srikant.
Okay. So if you're not aware, then we can proceed. So as I mentioned, as a best practice, whatever the cron expression do you have, you can simply maintain in a commented mode or like in a like uh, maybe like just as suggesting why, because so if you are like and maybe like you left the organization, one new person joined there, so they may be completely not aware of the corresponding schedule job. So because of that, they maybe like face so many struggles. So here, if you are given these cron expression in a string, or like if you given this cron expression in a comment mode, then they can go through this schedule class. So they are already having the cron expression, right? Directly they can delete and then they are going to schedule it. Okay, so they can delete and then they are going to schedule it. So if they are not aware, right, they are going to think like so how we are going to schedule it, how we are going to schedule it. So like that they need like verify multiple times. So rather than doing like this, what you can do, you can simply use this cron expression in a comment mode, or this cron expression is like available for usage in a string format. Okay, so once you are done with this cron expression, once you are done with this cron expression, what we need to do? So what we need to do? We are like we are like simply use this cron expression, and then we can schedule the schedule class. So how we are going to schedule in sense with the help of system.schedule. We need to give the system.schedule. We need to give the corresponding batch name, and then your class instance name. So then after this corresponding cron expression you need to provide it. Cron expression you need to provide it. Okay, so like this it is going to execute it. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to use system.schedule, and first place always we need to go with the batch name. You can give anything here. So then after, what we can do, we can go with like um, we can go with like this class instance, and then we are having like a class instance, and then we are having like whatever the cron expression we have. So we need to provide it like this. Okay, system.schedule. So then after, whatever the like batch name, and then whatever the like class instance, so everything we need to provide, and then finally we need to give the this cron expression, so that it is going to execute it, so that it is going to execute it. Already we discussed this schedule apex is having only one method, that is like execute. So whatever the code do you want to write it, or whatever the like batch do you want like execute it, you can call it from this execute method. So so here what I'm like trying to do, I'm like trying to execute I'm like trying to execute this batch, whatever the batch we are having, I'm going to execute from our execute method. Okay, so similar way, whatever the batch apex we are having, you can initiate from our schedule apex. You can initiate from our schedule apex. Okay, so we need to give like a more focus on this cron expression. So what are the values that we need to remember in in our like a seconds position, month position, then after like hour position, so days, and then again like months, and then we are having like a day of the week. So and then year values we need to provide it. So we go with some sample. We'll go with some sample. So how it is going to execute, we'll see.
Srikant,
So here I'm having like a, yeah.
I have a question. Like, why do we have this day parameter and weekday? Both, is it not contradictory? Why there's a
So
requirement of
here,
explain?
here what we're going to do, either we can give like a day or like a weekday. Okay, so that's why if you're like giving like a weekday, so then you need to like give question mark in our day place. Okay, in the case of if you're like using day, then you need to give a question mark in our weekday. Okay, so it will be like a contradictory. So either like you can go with either a day or like a weekday. Why? Because if I would like to execute like every month first Monday, so then it's like a different way. We are going to consider for like day. So every month like first Monday, or like every month first. So these two are like two different statements. So because of that, Either you can like go with the question mark symbol or like the corresponding value you need to enter in days and then a weeks position.
Okay. And is there any way that we can mention that this job should run for the specific year?
Yeah.
How specific year in the sense? Do we
So
have any
you need to give the
year
like
number?
execute only for 2025. Then going to give the 2025 just year number.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So any more question from anyone?
And in the system dot schedule, whatever the parameters is there, we need to specifically mention like first is always the schedule name and second is
Actually,
always this one.
class
It is
instance, third is always electron expression.
okay. I guess that the
Okay.
second is the cron expression. I feel. Okay, Shrikan, no problem.
So now here we have like some sample like current expressions available. So just give me the time based on this current expression. Just to give me the time. Okay. So if I'm giving current expression like this, so then when it is going to execute it. So if I'm giving current expression like this, then when it is going to execute it.
Midnight, month at midnight.
So we need to provide the entire. So is that correct or like different thing?
Actually, I guess so one digit is missing over here. It should be seven.
So here we are having like
First
one
of
moment,
every
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Should be
One
seven
character
digits.
is missing, seven is there, six is there.
Okay. So assume like there is also zero. So not zero. Like here star and then question. Then after like month place one. So we need to give the day value, right? If I'm giving like this, then what will happen? So if I'm giving like this, then when it is going to execute.
every month is
Every
that
year,
every year.
January month.
Every
Okay.
year January 1st at 12.
Every year January month,
Means
or like every month January 1st. Every month like first.
yeah, first
Every month, no, January.
at
Every
midnight,
year,
12 a.m.
January month first, midnight.
At 12 a.m. exact.
So every year or like every month.
Every year, January first.
Mhm.
Yeah, every year January
So
1st.
every year January,
First
January
midnight.
like January 1st. So
1st of
12
January
a.m.
every
It
year.
is going to execute.
12
It is
a.m.
going to
January first.
execute it. So okay. So if I would like to execute every month first, every month first, then what I need to do here?
Instead of one star should be there
Every month first
before question mark. Every month first, no, means
at like
that second
6 a.m. I would like to execute every month first.
006 1
Also
star
like
question mark.
we need to give the like 0. So in the case of like hours, what I need to do?
Six.
Every
Uh,
month, first morning 6 a.m.
Shrikant, your voice is breaking.
Every month, first morning 6 a.m. I need to execute like that. So what I'm saying, so every month, like first morning 6 a.m., I would like to execute my scheduled job. So then, what is my cron expression? I need to use it here.
006.
006
006
1 star optional question mark and star
1.
star question mark and star.
Okay, is that correct? Okay. So I would like to execute in the year of like 2020, six. I would like to execute in the in the month of 2026. Okay. So then what we need to provide here? I would like to
Instead
execute
of
only 2026.
006
I would like to execute the same kind of expression in the year of like 2026.
we can replace the last character of star by 2026.
Okay, I need to use as it is here. Any other change here?
I guess there's some latency on the screen. We are unable to see the updated.
Sorry. So what I'm asking, every month, first 6 a.m. it need to execute it. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes. In that case, that is the correct one. Whatever is mentioned.
Okay. So every month, first I would like to execute only 2026. Then what I need to?
We need to change the last character star by 2026.
Okay. So if I would like to execute only in the year of like 2026, I'm going to give it like this. So now I'm having one requirement. The requirement is basically, so every hour I need to execute it. So every hour I need to execute it. Then how we are going to schedule it? So every hour.
Instead of 6, it should be star.
In place of
What I need to
6,
write
we
here?
can mention. In place of 6, we
So
can
first
mention
place,
0.
seconds, what I need to write? 0. And then minutes, what I need to mention?
0.
0. Then minutes
0 to
0, then
23.
hours.
Shrikant, your same screen I think stuck. Maybe if you're writing, we are not able to.
I'm not writing actually. I'm like just like keeping as it
Okay.
is. Okay, that's fine. So what we need to write it here. Like in the
Zero
case of,
zero star.
if I would like
Zero
to
zero
execute
star.
it, I would like to execute it every 1 hour, every day, every 1 hour.
0 0 star.
Star. So every hour I want to execute it star. Then what I need to write?
Every hour means for month, particular month or what?
So every hour, I don't have any other requirement. Every hour I want to execute it.
Every hour.
zero zero star
Mhm.
star question mark and star. But Srikanth, I guess we
Is that
cannot
correct?
use star.
Mhm.
I guess we cannot use star for hours, minutes, and seconds. Is it?
Mhm. Hours no. So minutes no, seconds no. Cannot use those special characters.
Yeah. So in that
So,
sense, we can make use of 0 to 23, 0 hyphen
so how we are
23. I
like
guess
every hour I want to execute it, then how we are going to do it?
0 0,
Mhm.
then 0 hyphen 23,
0-23. Okay.
then star
So here what we need to go with 0 to 23 star star and then question mark. So
question mark
then
and
after
star.
star. So like this
Yeah.
we need to like this we need to exhibit it. So here we are having a hyphen instance that is a range value. So that is a range value. So we can like give from 0 to 23. So here, like this star symbol also it is going to work. No issues with the star symbol. So in the case of like our position, you can give the like a star symbol as well, or you can give the like a 0 to 23. So then it is going to execute it. Okay. So like you have a requirement. The requirement is basically so every 15 minutes I want to execute it. Then what you need to? Every 15 minutes I want to execute it. Then what you need to?
0 15 0. Okay, 0 15 star question mark star.
Star, like days star,
Month star,
months
weekday
star,
optional.
and then star.
It,
So, like,
yeah.
yeah, it is going to execute like 15 minutes. But I would like to execute every 15 minutes.
0, 15, 0 to 23. 0 to 0
0,
hyphen
15.
23. 0 to
So
23.
that is fine. So if you're giving that it is going to execute every hour 15th minute. Every hour 15th minute. So but I don't want like this for 15 minutes. So I would like to execute so like every 15 minutes. Every
0,
15 minutes. So how we can
0, 15, 0 to 23. Means 0 first, then 15,
Maybe,
then 0
maybe
to 23.
in seconds, maybe we should change. Okay, in that sense, what we can do 0 15 question mark in
Mhm.
our place question mark optional, then star question mark star.
So here we are having a limitation. The limitation is basically in a minutes and second position, we cannot give the star symbol here. So then what you need to do, if you would like to schedule every 15 minutes, then you need to create four different cron expressions. Okay. So the first cron expression is basically you can schedule it like 12 a.m. And that means like a 00 star like this and 15th minute. So that means 15 minutes and then one more 15 minutes. So then after so 45 minutes. So like this you can give the time frame. Like this you can define the like a time frame here. So you are going to schedule your schedule express your like schedule apex. So based on this cron expression, four times you need to schedule it. Four times you need to schedule it. Okay. So if you like to queue every 10 minutes, then what you need to do, you need to create a six cron expression. So 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, and then 50.
50.
So like that, you can give multiple current expression here. In the case of if you would like to execute minutes wise. So in the case of like apart from the minutes wise, if you would like to execute anything else, so then that is different case. But if you go with like a minutes wise, then we need to follow this approach. Okay. So every 10 minutes
Shrikant,
in the sense,
hello.
yeah,
If
yeah.
you write in hours place, if you write 0 to 23, it will not work. Means for every hour, 15 minutes. Minute 15
Every hour,
and
15 minutes.
0.
Okay. But
Yeah.
I want to
So
execute like every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes is different, and then
acha,
hourly
every
15 minutes is
15
different.
minutes.
So
Yeah,
hourly
got
15
it.
minutes in the sense is going to execute every hour, 1 hour, 1 hour it is going to execute. But I would like to
Okay,
execute
Shrikant,
every
got it.
15 minutes. We need to go with this option only. Okay. So similar way, if you would like to schedule every like one every like 10 minutes, then what you need to you need to create six cron expressions. Okay, so here 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, and then 50 like that. You need to create the six cron expression so that it is going to execute every 10 minutes. Okay, sometimes you may be like receive this kind of requirement. Okay, but it is a rare cases. But if they are asking like hourly basis or like minutes basis, then you can go with these approaches. Okay, and I would like to execute. I would like to execute so every month, last Friday, or like I would like to execute every month, like first Monday. Then what we can do? We are going to use these in our like week places. Sorry, in our week places, we can use this. So that means last Friday, it is going to execute it. Okay, so in the case of like this L symbol, in the case of this L symbol, if you're able to give like this L symbol sense, it is going to execute last.
Can you explain once again, Shrikant? Your
So it
voice
is
was
going to execute
breaking
last.
in between.
Sorry,
For weekday.
are you able to hear me now? So in
Yeah,
the
in
case of
middle
like
it was stuck.
weekday, yeah. So are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. So in the case of like weekday, if I would like to execute last Friday, then simply what we can do 6L. So if you're able to give the like 6L, right, then automatically it is going to execute last Friday. So similar way, if I would like to execute last Saturday or like last Sunday, then whatever the week number you are having, you can simply provide the corresponding week number and then L symbol so that it is going to execute last. So here we are having like a different characters available. So the purpose of like each and every character also available here. So for example, I would like to execute so January, March, and then April. So January, March, and then April, only these 3 months. Then what you can do, you can simply provide 1 comma 2 comma 3 in your month's position. 1 comma 2 comma 3 in your month's position. So similar way, do you want to go with any specific range? So do you want to go with any specific range? Then you can go with these hyphen symbol. You can go with these hyphen symbol. And in the case of like a star, if you are not aware of like even like a month or like a day, so do you want to execute like all the days? Then you can go with the star symbol. And the question mark in sense, if you're like not completely not like the day of the week or like the week of the day. So if you're not aware, then you can give the these question mark symbol. Okay, so if I would like to execute so if I would like to execute like a fifth day, so if I would like to execute like a fifth day of the month, then we are going to give like a these slash symbol like this. So 1 by 5, so day of the month. So every like a month, so I would like to execute a fifth day. So that means we are going to give the 1 by 5. and last are like a weekday. So weekday in sense Monday to Friday. If I would like to execute last day, then I'm going to give the like L. If I'm like giving like a W, it is going to execute so only weekdays. So if I'm giving like a this slash symbol, like this hash symbol, then it is going to execute. It is going to execute like the corresponding number, like a first Monday or like a second Monday, third Monday or like a fourth Monday, like that. It is going to execute it like this. It is going to execute it. So sometimes second Saturday we have an all day. Okay, so at the time what we are going to do, these like ash symbol, we are going to use it to represent the second Saturday. Okay, so these kind of like options available. Based on these options, we are going to build our cron expression. Okay, so any questions so far in this cron expression?
Mm. Shrikant, the screen was stuck on one page only. Like whatever you said from last 1 to 2 minutes, it's not visible to us. Like hash one. Sorry,
I'm on the
slash
same
one.
screen only. Just now I have moved. I'm on the same screen only. Okay, whatever the ash symbol, and then I'm like just displaying these symbols only.
Can you explain once again the hash symbol?
So ash symbol in the sense, if I would like to execute like any specific number week or like number day. So like second Saturday or like third Saturday or like first Friday, second Friday. So do you want to go with such kind of thing? Then you need to use these ash symbol.
Okay. So line number 39, what does it represent? Can you just read and say?
Which one?
Line number 39. 6 hash L.
No, no, here it's not a 6 ash L. Actually, it's like 6L. 6L in sense like it is going to execute. It is going to execute like 6 in sense Friday, last Friday it is going to execute it. Every month Friday it is going to execute it.
So we can mention just 6L. Why hash?
No, no, no. I'm not using like hash by mistake. Like, it's like a type. It's a type of mistake.
Actually, we are facing we are facing the latency issue on your screen. Maybe I'm
Mhm.
unable to see the
Okay,
update.
maybe it's a typo mistake. That's a typo mistake. So it is going to like execute. Like if you would like to execute last Friday, then you can give the week number as well as L symbol, so that it automatically it is going to execute last Friday. Okay. So any more questions on these
Shrikant, can you give me example
schedule
like
epics?
yeah, every okay, every second day of the week, every second week. Then how we should mention like one by one? How to write then? Every second week it must get executed.
So every second week in sense, so here you need to give the range. So whatever the range of the value, you need to give it. Like the second week in sense, you need to give the hash symbol over here. I think you need to give the. So you are going to provide the week number, right? So within the week number, like one hash, whatever the one hash, like a two here, so that it is going to execute second Monday. So similar way, like you need to give the remaining days as well. So here, what you can do, you can go with the 1 to 7, and then hash, so that it is going to execute every like second week all the days. Nice. So are you able to see my screen?
Uh, we are still unable to see the update. You can just send us the message chat.
Yeah, sure.
Means once stop the sharing and share again, might be.
I have posted in the chat, so just verify it.
Got it.
Okay. So any more question on this one?
Shrikant, once show the screen like whatever you're sharing. I have one doubt in that.
Okay.
So for seconds, hours, and minute, we should not use symbols, no? Like star marks, or only for second and minutes.
Second is yes, we cannot use it.
Only for second and minutes.
Yes,
For hours, we can use.
we can use.
Okay.
Any more question from anyone?
Uh, Srikanth, in
Mhm.
scheduled jobs, we have list of scheduled jobs. How can we
Mhm.
identify which job was a scheduled builder and which job was from cron expression? How can we segregate it?
So those details you cannot segregate it. There's a manual or like that is scheduled from
Cron.
the cron expression. So that you cannot segregate it with the help of scheduled jobs. So if you go to the like class within the class, if you're able to identify like any cron expression, then you can feel like it's a cron expression schedule, or like you can mention as like it's manual. So there is no like option to segregate it.
Okay. From next schedule run, by
Mhm.
looking at the timings, can't we get it? Because in
So
schedule
that we cannot
builder,
replicate it. So even if you schedule manually or like if you schedule with con expression, it is going to like give the same expression, same way of like implementation only.
I mean, in schedule run, if we schedule manually, then we cannot mention like the minutes and seconds we cannot manipulate.
Yes.
So in next schedule run, can we understand by this if it's running early? So it's possible to schedule builder job. Okay.
So that is our assumptions only. But in the case of if they schedule manually like 10 times, then what you need to do? So if they schedule like 24 times, then what you need to do?
Hmm. Okay.
That is your assumptions only.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
So any more question from anyone?
Sir,
Yep.
in crowd in crowd expression there is any limits, governor limits, sir?
Mm. So Gonal limits is applicable to the SQL, SOSL, DML statement. Okay. So cron expression like there is no Gonal limits.
Okay.
Okay. So any more question from anyone?
No, Shrikant.
No, Shrikant.
Okay. So what you can do, you can prepare from your end. So please plan our questions, whatever the interview questions you are having. So this Friday we can connect and then we can finish these LWC custom event and then LMS. along with the integration test classes as well. So this Friday we can take this some long session. So if you have any questions meanwhile, you can prepare it in these 3 days.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh, Srikanth,
Yeah.
for LWC, do we have any testing? Or developer do need to do any testing for LWC?
We have justice there. Okay. So if you create any of the class, right, by default test is available. So if you create like any, sorry, not class, any of the component is created, then by default test is available. Okay, in the earlier scenario it was not available, you need to create manually, but nowadays this Salesforce by default is creating test as well, that we call as jest.
JUST? Just
JEST.
okay, JEST. Okay.
Yeah.
So the coding inside that just is
Yeah.
automatic. We need not to do anything or check,
No, no, no.
verify, run.
You need to write it.
We need to write it.
Yeah, we need to write it, but no. So many other people they may not write it. Only few people they are going to write it. Okay, 90% of the people they won't write it. Even I never write the just code so far.
Okay.
Okay,
In our
95
interview, for
write it.
3 years of experience, people will
They
they
won't
ask?
ask.
They won't ask. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So any more question from anyone?
So,
Yeah.
can you show the execution of scheduled effects?
Sorry.
Can you show execution of scheduled effects?
Okay. Okay. So what we can do? We can go to the like this job, and we can go with any one of the schedule class. If I would like to go with schedule class, what I can do? I'm going to verify one of the schedule class. So it is one of the schedule class. This class I'm going to schedule it. If I would like to schedule, first we need to give the cron expression. Whatever the cron expression do you want to build it, you can give it here. I would like to execute so morning 1 a.m. uh, day first and month of the first. So then after, and then I'm going to give the star symbol like this. Okay, so 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so then I'm going to like use these class, whatever the class we are having, schedule class, and simply I'm giving like a b, then after new schedule class. So then after we need to go with the system dot schedule. So here you can first you need to give the name. So AB schedule, like you can give any name here for your understanding purpose. I'm giving like AB schedule. So then you can go with your like cron expression, whatever the cron expression you are having. Then you need to give your like a class instance. So AB. So like this, we can like prepare your system dot schedule, and then simply click on execute it, so that it is going to execute it. So once it is executed, these jobs available in our schedule jobs. So if you're able to refresh it here, right? So it is going to like available here. So AB schedule. So every month, like every year, first it is going to execute it. 1 a.m. it is going to execute it. So as of now, it haven't executed. So it is going to execute like first of 2025, 1 a.m. It is going to execute it. Like this, we can schedule our schedule apex. Okay.
Srikant, like we
Mhm.
have paused job. Can we pause the job and do some changes in the code batch
No,
class? No.
no. You need to delete, then only you can like make the changes. Okay. So any more questions from anyone?
No, sir.
Okay then. So prepare your interview questions. Whatever the questions we are having, you can like note down all those things. We can connect over like this Friday. So at the time we can discuss all these things, like whatever they were pending questions and everything we can discuss at the time. If you would like to discuss about any other topic as well, that is fine. Whatever the topic it is, we can discuss it. So next week also, like if you want, then I will connect it. But whatever the topics do you wanna like discuss it, just post it in our group so that we can plan for 1 or 2 day session in our next week. Okay. So this week is also fine. Just to post your topics, whatever you want, so that we can plan a session for that. Okay.
Okay, Shrikant.
Srikant, I want to know about async await promises.
Yeah, so list down all our topics,
Okay.
okay, from all of you. So keep it in one notepad or like any document. So post it in our group so that we
Okay.
can plan for Monday. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shrikant, our class direction Friday, no?
The Friday we can go with the same time only.
No, means not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, no, direct Friday.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So prepare your
Okay.
things. So whatever things we're having, just prepare it.